Wrestling and relationships are difficult. They're hard enough separately, but when you combine the two, they become nigh on impossible. Just ask Mark Merrow and Sable, Matt Hardy and Lita, or my wife when I shout, "Titus worldwide!" mid-coitus. Keeping relationships and wrestling separate is a formula as simple as sex plus violence equals profit in the business. And it's one bolstered by talk from legends like JR that keeping your other half away from the business has always been considered a good idea. Times have changed though, and there are literally dozens of public relationships popping up all over the industry. Most of them in WWE. It's not favourites like Triple H and that she-devil Stephanie McMahon, or even newer additions like Charlotte Flair and Andrade, Jimmy Uso and Naomi, or even Aleister Black and Zelina Vega that we're focusing on here though. No, it's those couples that work for different wrestling promotions, and therefore have to work even harder to make their relationships tick along away from the ring. They are the ones that belong here. Who says long-distance relationships, even ones in the wrestling biz, don't work? Me. But anyway, I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture, and these are 6 wrestling couples separated between rival promotions. Number 6. Ruby Riott and Jake Something. Ruby Riott's career is in limbo at the moment. Not only is she facing months on the injury list due to shoulder surgery, but her Riott Squad group were seemingly split when Liv Morgan jumped to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup, which admittedly feels a lifetime ago and was utterly bloody pointless. Right now, it's hard to see what's next for Ruby and her old running mates, aside from, of course, being fed to whoever needs a push. Thank God for a good love life then. Away from the ring, Riott is dating current indie star and Impact man Jake Something. To Mr. and Mrs. Something, a son, Jake. Impact fans will know him as Jake Deaner, cousin of Cody from the Redneck Renegades tag team. Elsewhere on the independent scene, Something has worked for the likes of AAW and Glory Pro. It can't be easy for a WWE starlet and her Impact boyfriend to make things work, but the couple look smitten on social media. And long may it last. Number 5. Mickie James and Nick Aldis. If Ruby and Jake reach the point of Mickie James and Nick Aldis, they'll be doing pretty well for themselves. Current WWE star James and reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champion Aldis were married in 2015, and they also have a little boy together called Alan Aldis. Alright, that might not be true, but you don't know for sure, and I don't see either of us Googling it either. Admittedly, James's WWE duties aren't as full-on as they used to be, and I don't mean full-on like this, by the way. But at 39 years of age, she is used sparingly on television in 2019, and in fact, her last televised match was as part of the WrestleMania 35 pre-show Women's Battle Royal. Since then, she's just worked one house show match after taking some time off. Meanwhile, Aldis is a 2-time NWA champ and one of the biggest names on the market who isn't tied down to a major company. Now, NWA traditionalists may hate that wording, but it's true the brand isn't quite in the same league as WWE or AEW. Don't at me, comment section. Regardless of that, he's successful and he's part of a sleeper power couple with James. Number 4. Peyton Royce and Shawn Spears. Ty Dillinger's release from WWE in February means he and lover Peyton bloody Royce have to adjust to a different kind of relationship, which thankfully is not the different relationship Jules has with his missus. One which won't afford as much time together, but will hopefully be just as iconic. Sorry about that. Ty, who has renamed himself Shawn Spears, is a mainstay on AEW after appearing at the Double or Nothing Battle Royal and then twatting Cody with a chair at Fyter Fest. Over in WWE, Royce was one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions with Iconics partner Billy Bladdy Kay. And they were brilliant and they were the best champs ever and they should never have lost the titles. You gotta be joking me, WWE! That keeps her busy and it's probably challenging for her and Spears to get much time in the same place. Judging by social media posts, however, they are willing to give things a right good go, despite the circumstances. Here they are, just having a laugh on a beach. They are making it work and are set to become another WWE AEW couple on opposite sides of the burgeoning war. Pick a side. Number 3, Marty Scurll and DEONNA PURRAZZO. Speaking of AEW, Twitter is abuzz with comments from fans wondering when ex-Bullet Club man Marty Scurll will make his way there to join pals Cody and the Young Bucks. Well, that and 30 to 50 feral hogs memes at the time of recording. For now though, the Brit who once called me a knobhead in a promo for WCPW is tied down to a contract with Ring of Honor that also lets him occasionally work for New Japan, and he seems incredibly happy with what he's doing. The same goes for his girlfriend DEONNA PURRAZZO. She's currently on the WWE payroll as part of the NXT roster after years of making a name for herself in ROH, Impact Wrestling, and on the indie scene. Presumably, ROH is where she met SCURLL several years ago. I mean, I don't know, but just guessing. PURRAZZO will surely hope to one day make her way to WWE's main roster. Don't ruin her, and that will eat up more of her spare time. And Marty, on the other hand, doesn't look likely to ink a WWE deal anytime soon. So the couple have to make do with working hard on their relationship whenever they can. There are enough pics of them on Twitter, Instagram, and beyond, though, to suggest that they are smashing it. Do you reckon he wears that mask in the bedroom? Number 2, Adam Cole and Britt Baker. Here's another WWE and AEW couple, albeit not the last one on the list. Spoilers. No wonder Adam Cole and Britt Baker are smiling here, though. The beautiful bastards that they are. At NXT TakeOver 25, Cole beat Johnny Gargano to become the new NXT champion. And a week earlier, his girlfriend Baker won the first ever women's match on AEW pay-per-view by overcoming Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose, and Awesome Kong in a tremendously fun Fatal 4-Way. Britt has to be in the running for that forthcoming AEW Women's title, and to be honest, rightly so. The couple must be over the moon with their synchronized success in both major companies. I mean, after all, it's not every day that wrestling lovers score newsworthy wins just 7 days apart for 2 different huge promotions. Much like everyone else here, Baker and Cole must kind of find it a bit of a struggle to get the time they like together when they're not working. At least Britt, I suppose, can take solace in how far she's come since jobbing to Nia Jax on Raw 3 years ago. She's Adam Cole's baby! Couldn't resist. Number 1, Jon Moxley and Renee Young. When Jon Moxley told Vince McMahon to cram Dean Ambrose where the sun doesn't shine and shockingly appeared at AEW's Double or Nothing, the entire wrestling world took notice. And I felt like a bit of a twat. Cue the footage. Anyway, somewhere, no doubt watching, Moxley's wife Renee Young would have had a lot on her mind. Does she stay or does she go? Young has a great gig in WWE as a third announcer on Raw, and she's really earned her stripes after years of backstage work and pre-show panel hosting. At the same time, she's going to see a man making waves outside the WWE bubble and might fancy joining him someday. Imagine thinking him leaving WWE was a work. What sort of idiot would do that? Oh. Moxley has been a sensation in this year's G1 Climax, and it's a slight improvement on talking about smelly people on Monday Night Raw. How did you screw this up, Vince? Regardless, right now the fact is that Young plies her trade in WWE and Moxley most certainly does not. In the short term, this married couple have to find a way to spend time together without contravening their busy individual diaries. I'll tell you what, it must have been an interesting day at work for Renee the day after Moxley went on Jericho's podcast. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can check out more videos right here too. As well as that, make sure you check out What Culture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. Thanks for watching. I've been Adam from What Culture, and I'll see you soon.